Peace. What's going on, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tune on in before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, everybody having a powerful Thursday thus far, man. So give everybody a chance to tune on in before I start building. Then y'all know it's vent time, man. Y'all know how I get down. Shakir, peace. What's happening? Nakuma, peace. What's going on? How everybody living? How everybody holding up? How this Thursday treating everybody? Matter of fact, let me get to sharing some of these links and whatnot, man, while y'all go ahead and tune on in. Andronicus, peace. Magic Realms, peace. What's happening? Tyson, peace. What's going on? How everybody living? We gotta do some venting today, man. Gotta humble some people today, man. Gotta let some people know. Gotta let some people know some things, man. Bring people back down to earth, you know. People be feeling themselves a little too much out here, man, thinking that they high and mighty above and beyond the people out here when in reality you're not. Oh, Andronicus, for sure. Everything is peaceful, everything is smooth my way. We all good. Centered and balanced. Y'all know I go Lindell, peace. What's happening with you, my brother? Y'all know how it is, man. People be thinking that they Underdrift of peace. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all living, man? How y'all feeling out here, man? Y'all know how I get, though, man. People out here, man, they reach a certain level, man, and they think that they better than the people that got them to the position that they are currently in, type deal, man. We can't have that, man. We cannot have that. We cannot have that. Like I said, if my people struggling out here, I'm struggling. You know, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, man. I was having a conversation earlier. Each one teach one, man. You come across knowledge for a particular reason, and that reason, a lot of times, is far bigger, far greater than you. So, of course, you come across that knowledge to help yourself, but that's not where the buck stops. You're supposed to take that knowledge, utilize it to help self, and then strive to help those around you, point blank, period. And notice in the description of this particular video, I said those who are willing to listen, but you at least got to attempt. Michelle, peace, queen, what's happening? DJ Elmo, peace. So a lot of times we don't even attempt to drop this knowledge on the other people. And again, we forgetting one critical thing here. A lot of us was in that same position years before. A lot of us was once deaf, dumb, and blind. A lot of us was once sleepwalking out here. A lot of us was once in that position that we like to criticize now. So a lot of us, we once lived that life, man. A lot of people don't be understanding that. You got to remember where you came from. I didn't always have certain pieces of knowledge, man. At one point, the knowledge was introduced to me and I was willing to listen to it. So I was once that young bull that was hard-headed. So, you know what I'm saying? If somebody would have looked at me at that time and was like, you know what? I'm not even going to try to drop this game on them. I'm not even going to do it because I don't understand this younger generation. Nah, somebody had to have patience with me. Somebody had to believe in me. Somebody had to be like, all right, he's worthy for me to drop this knowledge on him, for me to drop this game on him. So again, we can't be giving up on our people say, oh, they don't be trying to hear this knowledge. They don't be trying to hear this information. I was once that dude. I was once that young boy. I wasn't trying to hear what my elders had to say. I wasn't trying to hear it, man. You can't give up on these people, man. You can never give up on your people out here, man, because again, we probably once all fit that description at one point in time in our lives. Kurt, peace, what's going on? I know I fit the description way back in the day. I was not born into this type of knowledge, man. I had to acquire this knowledge. I had to listen. I had to humble myself. I had to let go of the ego. So that's how I had to come across this information. So I wasn't always open-minded and things of that nature, man. I was very stubborn, very hard-headed back in the day. So I had to drop all of that. I had to drop all of that. And it takes for us to have patience, man, not only with the youth, but some of our peers as well when it comes to this information. Yeah, they may not be listening to you now, but essentially or eventually it may resonate with them, man. Just keep dropping your jewels, man. Keep planting those seeds, man. If you really striving to make change, man, if you really striving to help people out, just keep planting them seeds, man. Keep planting them seeds. Terenzo, peace. What's going on, my brother? Andronicus, for sure, man. I just see a lot of people, man, too quick to give up on their own people, man. Too quick to give up on their own people. When I start talking about, you know, y'all know the culture that I come from in our lessons, it state part of the duty of the civilized is to teach the uncivilized. So that's part of our duties, whether we want to acknowledge it or not, man. But at some point, the people that's ignorant, or even the children, at some point, you got to teach them something. At some point, you got to teach them the way. You got to teach them the culture. Like at some point, you got to do that. At some point, like if a person doesn't know, somebody has to teach them. How do you expect them to know? And this is the problem that happens in the black community for sure. This is what happens in the black community. In the black community, we come across the information, some of us, then we start feeling high and mighty, like we above and beyond our people. And then this is what we do. We say, well, if I learned it, then they can learn it. So what happens is we release the hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second here, man. Y'all know I be handling business. All right, we release the duty and the responsibility in regards to educating the youth, and then we leave that up to the oppressor. That's what happens, and then we get mad at the result. Like, nah, man, you didn't want to teach that youngin, so that youngin went to the school system. That youngin went to the white folks. That youngin went to the oppressor. We can't be mad at him for doing that because you rejected him. You rejected him. You ain't want to teach him. You told him to go learn it on his own, and that's what he did. He sought it out on his own, and that's where he ended up. So we got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that, man. Like when you came across this information, man, you got some information. You better share that. Each one teach one type deal. Because if you don't, guess what? You letting the enemy educate the youth out here. You letting the enemy educate your children out here. Every time that you send them off and say, well, go find it out on your own. Go find it out on your own. Nah, man, teach them something. Teach them what you learned. What you holding on to that knowledge for? What you holding on to it for? Why not give the game to the youth? Why not? How is that harming you? How is that harming you, man? Somebody please explain to me how that's harming. How that's harming you. How that's harming anybody. Dominique, peace. What's happening? Montel, peace. What's going on? Justin, peace. JFW, peace. What's going on? Everybody in the building. Righteous Reese, Dominique, everybody in the building. What's happening? But we got to stop being like that, man. We got to stop being like that with the information. Then when you reach a certain status financially, man, you got to stop looking down on the people, man. Like that's unnecessary. Like I said, if my people struggling, I'm still struggling, man. If I figured out, or if I found some tools that help liberate me, then I'm going to drop them to, I'm going to give them tools to somebody else. So if I came across some information and this helped liberate me mentally and physically, I'm going to give that game to the next person. I'm going to give that game to the person that's under me. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to pass this stuff down, man. Oral traditions and things like that, man. We're supposed to pass it down. But we try to bear hug it. We try to keep it to ourselves, man. That is not why you came across that particular piece of knowledge, man. That's not why you came across that information. That's not why you came across that inspiration, those tips, man. You're supposed to share that, man. You're supposed to share that, man. Definitely supposed to share. Montel, everything is good my way, man. Peaceful. Everything is peaceful. Oh, Dominique, for sure, man. For sure. But a lot of times people are, man, they not trying to learn nothing. They don't want to learn nothing. People just they don't want to learn nothing. I'm like, man, you probably fit that description back in the day too. It's probably a point in time in your life where you didn't want to learn anything. So it's all about repetition. We got to understand how powerful repetition is, man. Just keep planting them seeds, man. It may feel like they not listening right now, but I guarantee it's resonating, man. Again, we've been talking about the subconscious mind and the power behind that for the longest. You keep planting the seeds, man. I'm telling you, it's impacting them one way or another. They may not get it right away, and that's with any and everybody. Nobody really gets it right away. When I was coming across the knowledge, I didn't get it right away. It took time for it to resonate and manifest. It took time for it, man. So that's with everybody. But you just got to listen, man, you got to be relentless out here, man, when it comes to the youth, because that's our duty, man. Again, you coming across this information for a reason, man. The youth depends on you, man. The youth depends on us to teach and guide them. That's what we here for. We supposed to teach and guide the youth. Like literally, that's part of our duty. We can't keep allowing the enemy to teach and guide the youth and then wonder why things are dysfunctional, wonder why things are toxic and chaotic. Because look who leading and guiding the youth. It's not the people with the sense. It's not the people with the knowledge, man. We not doing our duty. We trying to hold this knowledge. It's a lot of times, man, I see people even on YouTube, man, I see certain people, man, reach a certain status and they act like they got some sacred knowledge, man. They don't even be wanting to reveal sources. I'm quick to show you what book I'm reading. And because everybody can get access to it, man. I don't hold no secret knowledge, no sacred knowledge. Everybody can get this knowledge, man. Everybody. I ain't no messenger, man. I just be reading books. So if you want to know where I got the sources from, boom, here go the book. I'm not acting like I got some type of divine connection and I'm the only one that can get access to this information. No, everybody can get access to this information. It ain't nothing special about what I'm doing and what I'm saying. So I'm gonna give you the sources, but you got people on here to act like when somebody asks them about sources, they like, man, I ain't giving you my sources. Go look it up on your own. Go Google it. No, if I got the book right here, I'm gonna just show you the book. I'm gonna show you the book. What harm is that gonna do, man? You either finna get this book or you not, but I'm gonna show you the book. I'm not about to be afraid to reveal my sources. I'm not about to act like I'm too good to reveal my sources, and you should just be able to go on Google and find it yourself like I did. Nah, man. I got the source right here. I'm gonna make it easier for you. I don't want you to take the path that I took. It was too hard. It was too complicated. That's the reason why I took the journey, took the path. It's the sacrificial lamb. I did that so it could be easier for the people before me. People be acting like they out here creating information. Oh, man, you got that information from a book. You got that information from a documentary. You got that information from an article online. Can't stand when people act like they creating this information. And people still now you stole that and you got that information from somebody else, and somebody may have got that information from you, but you got the information from somebody, man. You ain't just create that information. So why are you trying to hold on to it like you did? Come on, man, quit playing, man. You got that information from another source. Share the source. What you hiding? What you hiding? Magic for sure. And even with that though, man, even with people not being ready to hear the truth, man, like it's almost like when you talk about entrepreneurship and they tell you you will never really be ready to make that jump. You will never really be fully prepared to make that jump in regards to quitting your job and being an entrepreneur full time. When it comes to knowledge, man, really ain't no preparation for it. Like you're not gonna sit down one day and say, okay, I'm ready to receive knowledge. Like, nah, that knowledge is gonna hit you. Like I've never known a person, and I wasn't the person. I didn't just sit down and say, you know what, I'm ready to get knowledge. Like, nah, man, stuff just started coming to me. Stuff just started coming to me. I probably wasn't ready for it at the time that I got it, but it came to me. It came to me at the end of the day. And when it comes to you, you got a decision to make. And that's what it boils down to. You make a decision when you come across that. Now, it's still knowledge that I come across to this day that I read it, but I don't necessarily put it into motion right away. So that's any and everybody. Sometimes you're going to say something to somebody, they're going to put it into motion immediately. Then sometimes you can tell that same person something, then they're going to postpone it. Like, I ain't ready for that. I ain't ready for that. But it's certain pieces of knowledge that, it depends on a person. It's relative. So you may hit them with something that they're ready for, and you may hit them with something that they're not ready for. And that's all of us. It's certain pieces of knowledge right now that I'm not ready for. If I get hit with it, I'm going to postpone putting it into motion. But then there's certain pieces of knowledge and information that I'm definitely ready for. That you give it to me, I'm going to put it into motion immediately. And that's everybody. That's everybody. So it's all relative in regards to the pieces of information that's introduced to the person. Because we all on different, you know what I'm saying? We all on different journeys and paths and whatnot. So I may hit you with some magic realms and you may not be ready for it right now. But then I may hit you with another piece of information that, all right, I'm ready for this piece of information. So it's all relative, man. At the end of the day, knowledge is infinite and knowledge is for everybody. We all can receive some information. It's just a matter of what we do with it when we do receive it. Kurt, what you say? You say, what do you think about the people that become entrepreneurs and then charge you for the info on how to get on? Kurt, with that, man, I feel like we gotta come to more of an understanding in regards to the world that we live in, man. We just gotta understand the world that we live in. So we'll be lying if we say we're not doing things to like free ourselves financially. So if I came across some information, or if I, mastered a skill, like the name of the game, you got to have money, man. You got to have money out here, man, to do what it is that you need to do. And a lot of times when people become entrepreneurs, part of the reason why they became entrepreneurs is so they can have that freedom. So like, I really don't have a problem with somebody charging for the info that they got, man. Like they came across this information on how to free themselves from an entrepreneurial standpoint, and then they want to write a book about it and they want to charge $12 for the book. I ain't got no problem with it, man, because you master the craft. You mastered the craft. You mastered the art of being an entrepreneur. And I feel like you should always be able to charge something for a service that you provide or a product that you created. So I don't really have a problem with it. I'm gonna support the person if I feel like they genuine. I'm not gonna support the person if I don't feel like they are genuine. So I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. Like, it depends on the sincerity of the particular person, man. But I don't have a problem with people charging, man, because I pay for information all day, every day. Like, all of these books that I pay for, I can essentially get that information for free. You know, I can essentially get the information for free. But a lot of times I'm supporting people just off of the strength. It may just be another brother or sister that I just support just out the gate, off the strength. And it may be a lot of different reasons why I just support the people, man. But I buy books just off the strength, man. I could easily get that information off the internet for free. Easily. Oh yeah, Dominique, for sure, man. Never want to be arrogant, man. Never want to be arrogant with the information. Never want to act like you above the people when it comes to the information, man. That's the first thing I tell you. I don't know nothing. Y'all know the philosophy, man. Wise man knows that he knows absolutely nothing. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, man. I never want to be arrogant with the information. I'm not gonna act like I know more than anybody. I'm not gonna even act like I'm some wise dude. I'm just not gonna act like that. I'm always learning. I'm always eager to learn. I'm always eager to learn. So I'm always learning. But yeah, Kurt, man, I don't have a problem with it, man. I don't have a problem with it, man, at all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna support. I'll probably be the first one to support said person. Like, man, you figured out how to free yourself, man. Let me buy that book up off you for 15, so I can learn something. And that's just the way of the world, man. That's just really the way of the world. That's one of the ways toward freedom in the westernized world that we live in, unfortunately, for the most part, man. So it's like you come across this information, you study a particular subject, man, then you charge for that information. Essentially, yes, you can get that information for free. But hey, you a brother, you put in that work, you put in that time to study. I'm gonna support you just off of the strength of that. Dominique, for sure, man, for sure. All of it. Most of the time when you get hit with some information, man, some of it don't sink in right away. It don't say, especially when it's like some powerful information. It take a moment for it to sink in, man. It take a moment for it to finally hit you. Y'all know how I go. You had that deep conversation with somebody, man, and then you on the way home, and then it finally sinks in what y'all was talking about. Like, man, that was a powerful conversation. That was a powerful interaction and dialogue. But while you was having the interaction and dialogue, like, it wasn't resonating with you at that particular moment. You had to let it marinate, man. You had to drive home, you know what I'm saying, for it to finally hit you. Like, whoa, man, dude said this, that, and the third. Like, that was crazy. So y'all know how that go. Akuma, peace. What's going on? Justin, man, hold on. The golden age of the Moors is $300 now. I got that book. That's one of the books I was gonna recommend. Man, that's crazy what they doing to these books, man. It's hard to find some of these books. $300 for that joint. And then it's another book, Justin. It's called The Golden Trade of the Moors, West African Kingdoms in the 14th Century. That's another good joint. Another good book on the Moors, man. The Golden Trade of the Moors. Look up that joint. That's a pretty good one. The Golden Trade of the Moors, man. That's a pretty solid joint. So I say get that one. I think that's about, let me see, I'm looking it up right now. I got that book somewhere up in here. That book about $24, $24.49. Oh, Lindell, for sure, man. For sure. For sure. These horoscopes, all that other stuff, man. Y'all know how it is, man. Y'all know how I go out here, man. We, like I said, easily led in the wrong direction. Oh, Kuma, man, for sure, man, for sure. That's why I say, man, you gotta humble yourself, man. A lot of times when you having conversations with people, every piece what's happening. When you having conversations with people, people don't understand the art of listening. See, and that's why I don't really converse with a lot of people, because a lot of people, man, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, a jewel, man, that I've learned just from interacting with a lot of people. Man, people literally think they know everything. Every other person I come in contact with, man, they think they just know everything. Man, it's hard to have conversations with people these days because people don't, as Bruce Lee said, empty the cup while having a conversation. I don't want to talk to a person that think they always telling me something. You know, I ain't got time for that type of dialogue. I ain't got time for that type of interaction, man. We both have valuable input that we can add to this dialogue. But for the most part, when you're talking to people these days, everybody just think they finna tell you what it is. And they finna tell you something as if you don't know anything, as if you don't have anything valuable to add to the conversation. That's not how these conversations supposed to work, man. And that's why that's why miscommunication is so real and so deep in our community, man, because people literally do not understand the art of listening. People don't understand the art of comprehension. Everybody just waiting for somebody to finish just so they can start telling somebody what they thinking is wrong and how they should be living. Like, no, man, that's not what it is, man. If somebody is talking to you, man, you listen to what it is that they are saying. Then you take some time before you actually respond to what's being said. Like, man, I've never really sat back and analyzed that reality, man. I've never sat back and just really analyzed the fact that when you talk to most people, the average person, they are literally know-it-alls. I did not know that so many people had all this information. Everybody, I'm telling you, I'm a trainer. I'm a personal trainer. I could be talking to people who don't have the slightest bit of a background when it comes to fitness, and they sitting here trying to tell me stuff about fitness, trying to tell me stuff about nutrition. That's obviously wrong. Whole while it's hard for me to get one word in, and they know exactly who I am and my background, but they know it all, yet they coming to me for the advice. Like, that's the type of stuff that I'm on that be happening to me. Like, you coming to me for me to get you in shape, yet when I try to throw some stuff your way, you know it all. Like, man, what are you coming to me for? What did you come to me for if you know everything that needs to be done? If you know about all these diets, if you know about how to lift this, that, and the third, what are you coming to me for? People just think they know everything, man. You can't tell some people anything. You can't tell some people anything, man. And I pride myself on being a person that I'm, like they say, I'm coachable. I listen. Like, I'm not about to just act like I know everything, especially if it's not in my area of expertise, man. I'm not about to act like I know it all, man. I'm not. Nope, this ain't my area of expertise. So you got it. Like, I ain't no master of cars. So if you the mechanic, I'm finna listen to what you got to say about these cars, man, because that's not my area of expertise. I'm not about to tell you about your area of expertise. But people be out here doing it. People be out here doing that heavy and hard. Like, dude, just shut up and listen. It's okay to listen. It's okay to say that you don't know something. It's okay. It's okay to listen to somebody else tell you something, inform you of something. It's okay. It is okay to not know some things, man. And it's okay to be wrong, man. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be like, you know what? I said this a week ago or a month ago, and after further studying and research, found out that this is incorrect. It's okay to be wrong, man. It's okay. It's okay to be incorrect about something. Trees, appreciate the donation. Oh, Torenzo, for sure. And I know how I go. And like I said, that's my every man. It happens a lot. Some people don't even, it's almost unconscious. Some people don't even realize they're doing it. Some people do not even realize they're doing it. A lot of that probably stems from some insecurity, man. You know what I'm saying? Always feeling like you always got to be right type deal, man. But it's okay to be wrong, man. I'll be the first to admit I don't know something. And I'll be the first to admit, you know, I'm saying this right now, but I don't know how accurate it is. It may be, and I'll let you know if I believe something, opposed to it being like a fact or truth. I'll be like, I believe this is the case. Meaning, I believe it is. I'm not for certain that this is the case. I will let you know. And then if I got the evidence to back something up, then I will tell you. Studies indicate based on my research. Like, I make sure I word things out like that. So you can't be like, well, you told me that. I said, no, first of all, I said, I believe. Second of all, I said this, like, based on my research, I will let you know these things. I'm not about to just start talking to you as if everything that I'm saying is a stone cold fact. Not gonna do it. I'm gonna let you know it's based on my research. It's other people that did research out here, and then I got the research of somebody else, so you can research them. You can research the people I researched, and I'll let you know it's something that I may believe, which I don't really necessarily too much deal with beliefs. But if it's something like that that obviously cannot be proven in the physical, then I would say it's like a belief. Oh, cool, man. I know how I go, man. I know how I go. I know how I go when it comes to the health, man. Most people not gonna be receptive. Most people not gonna be receptive because they be feeling guilty. They feel like you attacking their lifestyle, which at the end of the day, I probably am, because you should not be overindulging in the things that you are overindulging in. So it may definitely be an attack, but it is what it is, man. Sometimes there's no nice way to put it. Like sometimes the truth is harsh. Like the truth, like I said, don't care about your feelings and emotions. Just don't. Sometimes the truth is harsh, cold-blooded, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes that's how the truth is gonna come at you. So it is what it is, man. Some people need it. Some people need it to hit them like that. Yeah, Magic, man, it's sick. It's sick, man. And like I said, I'm tired of people, man. And you see it on these platforms, man. You see it in your everyday life, man. People just acting like they know everything. Then when they reach a certain level, a certain status, they acting like they above and beyond they people, man. Come on, man. Like if your people still struggling, your people oppressed, man, you struggling right along with your people, man. You struggling right along with your people. You struggling right along with your people, man. Like you gotta help free the people. Contrary to what you may think. You may think that it's impossible. Like basically what people are saying is I shouldn't be getting on YouTube saying what I'm saying. Because the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because it's helping somebody. It's helping somebody. It's sparking that interest, man. Like, listen, if I post a book and somebody, one person, go grab the book that I posted and that book helps them out, I'm doing my duty. I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job. I just help somebody. I just help somebody. So, man, you never know, man. Like just sharing that knowledge, man, can go a long way. Sharing that information, sharing that positive energy, man, it can get you a long way. It can get somebody else a long way, man. Like you never know. So that's why I say, man, just try to teach what you know, man. Try to teach what you know. RBG, peace, peace. Appreciate that donation, by the way, that you just sent. Yeah, air view for sure, man. For sure. Like I will admit that. I will admit it out the gate because I don't want you coming back. Like that's the last thing I want you coming back telling me I told you something and it ain't necessarily accurate. Like, nah, I'm gonna tell you. Like I told you, but I don't know. I wasn't for certain. And then, like I said, I'm gonna always pull up a little research. If I read something, I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna pull out the book that I got it from, and then I'm gonna tell you to read the book. And that's what I normally would ask people that. Like when people try to, I done had people on here, I done had people on Facebook try to argue with things that I clearly said came out of a book. I would even post the book and I may even post the quote and they start arguing with me like I said it. I said, no, it's the book. So if you're not willing to read the book that I posted out of, then we don't have anything to debate and argue about. I'll put in the work to read the book. You about to sit here and argue with a quote that I posted from the book instead of reading the entire book. Don't have time for people like that. Put in the work, read the book. Then after you read the entire book, then we can have a conversation about the book and everything that was within the book. But if you about to focus on one quote and not read the entire book, don't have time for it. Don't have time for it. Oh, that man, Dominique, for sure, man. You people get overly sensitive, man. People get overly sensitive. People get overly sensitive when you start talking about this health, man. And again, as frustrating as it can be, man, as frustrating as it is, I realize, man, I still just can't even give up on it. As frustrating as it is, man, as frustrating as it is, when it comes to this health and trying to put people on game, man, I can't give up because I've helped too many people out, man. It's people that have been influenced by certain things that I said, by certain moves that I made. Like I had people around me, man, once I started transitioning to vegetarianism, I had people around me that got influenced by it, that they made a transition similar to the one I made. So that's just influence, man. People seeing the moves that I make and seeing how it impacted me for the better, and they start putting things into motion. So it's like, man, I know at the end of the day, man, if I keep living out my reality, it's going to influence people. It may not influence the people that you want to influence, family, friends, and all that type of stuff, man, but it's influencing somebody. It's somebody out there paying attention to what it is that you're doing, man. It's somebody paying attention. It's somebody paying attention to what it is that you're doing, man. And the people that need to pay attention to it, they gonna come around sooner or later. And if they don't, oh well, that's their problem. But at the end of the day, man, if you keep living out your reality, man, and teaching your reality, it's gonna resonate with some people. It's gonna resonate with some people. It's gonna hit some people. Curry, hey, that assassination of Fred Hampton for sure, man. That's a powerful book. Powerful book, man. That's why I wasn't even like when the movie dropped, I was already knowing what was happening because I was familiar with the story. I was familiar with the betrayal, man, and the setup and all that type of stuff, just the wickedness. I was already familiar, all too familiar with it. But man, we gotta do a better job, man. We gotta do a better job of creating that village type of environment, because I continue to stress that we all that we got, man. And we be trying, a lot of times we be trying to separate ourselves from our people. When at the end of the day, man, that's almost nearly impossible for you to do. It's almost impossible for you to do, man. No matter how hard you try to separate yourself from the original people, like that's gonna always be you. That's something that you can't do unless you Sammy Sosa and try to change your skin tone out here, man. But like at the end of the day, that's your association, man. You was born into the original tribe, man. There ain't nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. So we all we got. So at the end of the day, man, we got to look out for one another, man. So if you found some Jews, man, you got to try to help them young folk. You got to try to help the younger generation. You can't give up on them. What if somebody would have gave up on you? What if somebody would have gave up on you, man? How would you feel about it? Wouldn't feel too good about it, man. So that's the way I look at it, man. Somebody would have gave up on me as a youth, man, and I wouldn't have been too much. I wouldn't have been too happy about it. So why would I feel like it's cool to give up on the youth? Why would I feel like it's cool to be like, oh, this youth, they don't want to learn nothing. They lazy, they this, that, and the third. I realize every generation is the same thing. Some of the same things we saying about the youth today, it was said about my generation, and vice versa. I done watched old shows from back in the 70s and 60s, and they were saying the same thing about the youth of their time. Oh, these young folks, they lazy. They don't want to do nothing. So it's always literally the same thing. It's never really a difference. The older generation always feel like the younger generation don't want to do something. I mean, this has been happening. It's been this way. So it's nothing new under the sun, man. So what if somebody would have gave up on you, man? What if somebody would have gave up on you, man? What if people around you just would have been like, you know what? Forget it, man. We ain't gonna teach him nothing. We ain't gonna teach her nothing. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna put no energy and effort into this particular person. We gonna give up on him. Come on, man. You wouldn't have been too happy about that, man. So why would you think it's okay to give up on your people, man? Y'all know how it is, man. These youngest, man, they need guidance for real and for sure. You can't be giving up on your kids, man. You can't be handing your kids off to the oppressor, man, to this wicked system, and then be mad at the way that they turn out. Come on, man. Look at who you handing them to. You handing them to the streets. You handing them to this school system that don't care about them. You handing them to them, man. You giving them to the enemy. Giving them to the enemy, man. That's your duty, man. You got some seeds. It's your duty to teach them what's right and exact. It's on you. That is your duty, man. That is what you are here for, to teach them seeds what's right and exact. Give them the proper information. That's what you are here for. Hey, Dams, man, I appreciate you, man. Marcel, peace. What's happening? What's happening? King Me, peace. What's going on? But man, yeah, we gotta come on, man. Like we too quick to give up on our own, man. We too quick to give up on our own. We too quick to criticize our own, man. We just too quick to do it. We too quick to do it, man. We too quick to do it, man. We got to stop doing that, man. We got to have patience, man. You got to have patience with the people. You understand the condition that black folks is. We get on these platforms and we talk about it all the time. We talk about why we in the condition that we in. So if we know this, then again, we should have patience because we understand why some of us are deaf, dumb, and blind. Come on, man. Look at what our people had to endure for over 400 years, man. Of course, a lot of us going to be deaf, dumb, and blind. A lot of us going to lack the knowledge of our true selves, man. Just look at the type of system that we came up in. Type of system that we came up in is not the type of system that is conducive to our overall health and well-being at all. So, of course, we're going to have a lot of ignorance, a lot of negativity, a lot of toxicity existing amongst us, man, because, again, we came up in an unnatural system. We came up under the system. We came up under the system of the oppressor. So, again, of course, we're going to come out as savages and things of that, savages in the pursuit of happiness. So you got to have patience with it. Gotta have patience, man. That's big, man. You gotta have your patience, man. You get rewarded for that patience, man. Just be patient. Yeah, you telling somebody something, they might not listen today, they may not listen tomorrow, but stay on them. How bad do you want that? How bad do you want to see that person change? How bad do you want to see that person improve their lives, man? Just stay on them, man. It's repetitive. But they say repetition is king. That's how they market to the youth, man. It's repetition. Keep playing the same songs over and over. The song gets stuck in their head. So you keep telling them the same things over and over, it gets stuck in their head, man. But you can't give up, though. It's not going to stick with them today. It's not going to stick with them tomorrow. It's not going to stick with them next week. It may not stick with them for next year. It may take them 2 or 3 years for it to finally resonate. But if you give up, then it's never going to resonate. Trezor Ness, peace, what's going on? Hey, RBG, man, hey, like I said, if I just reach one person, man, I've done my duty. I've done my job. Magic for sure, man. That's what I was doing back when I was doing the music, man, just writing creatively, man. A lot of people, especially black people, man, a lot of black people, we resonate obviously with the music, man. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's part of us. That's part of our culture, man. Just music, being creative, like the arts and things of that nature, man. Just the emotions, man. So when I was writing the music, man, that's one reason why I changed it, man. Like when I originally was doing it, man, I was rapping just like everybody else, man, just destructive about a life that I wasn't necessarily living. And I said, you know what? Nah, I'm coming across this information for a reason. Let me put this into song form and things like that, man. Let me freestyle this information. That's what I'm gonna do with this information, man. I'm gonna use this to elevate people. So I'm gonna put it over the beats to elevate. That's why I get so mad when I see brothers with potential and they getting on these beats and they just talking about nonsense, man. Come on, man. You got a platform, man, and you no longer that same person that was out here in the streets, man. You listen, you living in gated communities and all your neighbors are white folk. Why you rapping about all the destruction like you still out here in the streets? You not, man. Your life has elevated. Rap about that. Rap about that, man. You rapping about the destruction whole while you protected out here. Like, come on, man. I can't stand to see that, man. Show brothers that it's okay to change. Like, all right, man, I was rapping about the streets. I was rapping about the destruction. But guess what? I used this rap to get me out of that situation. And now this is where I'm at. That's evolution. That's growth. It's cool to do that. Some of these brothers don't realize that it's cool to rap about that, man. It's cool to display that. It's cool to be like, I was here. Now I'm here. This is what I'm rapping about now. I no longer live this life, so I'm not about to rap about it. Tay, peace. What's going on with you, Queen? CC, peace, Queen. What's happening? So a lot of these brothers act like it's a crime to rap about the fact that they've grown and evolved out here, man. That's not a crime. It's not a crime at all. It's not a crime at all, man. It's not a crime at all, man. You got to show these brothers that, yeah, all right, man, I used this to get me out of the situation. I was rapping about what I was living at the time, but you know what? What I'm living now is different, so I'm gonna rap about that. But we know what it is, man. We know it's engines and machines behind them that's encouraging them to continue to rap about the destruction. So we know about that, man. We know about them being pawns and whatnot, man. But again, it still gets a little frustrating to see it, man. Brothers got a lot of potential. They have these platforms and they utilize these platforms to spread messages of destruction. And that's just ridiculous. Oh, Tay, man, I can imagine, I can imagine. I can imagine, man, if the music is destructive. I didn't got back on my vibe, man. Like I slipped up for a minute, man, but I noticed, man, just my vibes and how different they were when I was just listening. I didn't got back on some straight jazz affirmations and just music with the message type deal, man. Like that's just what I'm on now. That's the frequency, that's the vibe, man. That's the frequency and vibe that I'm on, man. The music got to be motivating me to just be better, and it's got to be educating me, or it's got to be some smooth sounds, man. Like that's literally it, or it's got to be the affirmations. That's just what it is, man. You got to be real mindful of what you put into the mind, what you consuming. So like that, I didn't have to get back on that vibe, man, because I'm not gonna lie. It'd be some destructive music that you be listening to, man, and that stuff it really affects you, man. Like it just really affects you in ways that you don't even be knowing, man. You would be waking up, man, and you would just be in a bad vibe, and it got something to do with what you were just listening to, man. Maybe 2 days ago, and you don't even realize it, man. Stuff just be impacting you, man. Stuff just be impacting you. So you just gotta be real mindful in regards to what you consume, man, and just put into the mind. Hey, C Square, man, appreciate that. Appreciate that donation, man. Hey, get that workout in. Y'all know I'm I'm good for the workouts. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm good for the workouts. I condone workouts around here. I condone that. I condone that for sure. RBG, oh yeah, man. People get locked up. And it's lose-lose for black people. It's lose-lose for black folks out here, the black rap artists. Because if we rapping about destruction, whole while they want us to rap about it. But then if we get into a situation, they gonna use those lyrics against us and be like, see, look at what you see murder for instance. They gonna use the lyrics against him in court, like, hey, look what he raps about. He's really about this life. Then if we rap about the revolution, they still gonna use that against us. So like it's lose-lose, man. We rap about the revolution, we rap about doing something to the police, then they gonna use that against us. Then we rap about what's going on in these streets, then we just so happen to get into a situation and they still use that against us, man. So you know what I'm saying? It's lose-lose out here, man. So you might as well rap about the revolution, because either way you get into some type of jam, they still gonna use the lyrics against you. They still gonna use them against you, man. It is what it is, though, man. But like I said, when I was really out here, they know the power behind music, because I feel like I was getting more threats and inboxes and stuff when I was actually putting music out. When I was putting music out, I feel like it was more people on my like just on me as far as making the threats and just having an eye on me when I was putting out the music, because they know the power behind that music. We all gonna be tapped into some little music here and there, man. So if you out here putting out a certain type of music with a message and they know it's resonating with a lot of people, they not too fond of that. They not too fond of that. That music hit different. Like talking on YouTube is cool, but when you put it in music form, like that hit different. If I make some music with a message that you can work out to, that you can like, man, that you can drive to work to and you can vibe to, like, that's gonna resonate a lot different than me just speaking. Now, me speaking, it resonates. But imagine if I condensed everything that I'm saying right now and put it into a song that lasted 4 minutes, and you could just keep repeating that song. Like, man, that's gonna do something differently to you. Opposed to you having to listen to what I'm saying and rewind and no, you could just listen to it 3 to 4 minutes, and I'd have condensed it and put all this information in this song, in this 3 to 4 minute song. Nah, that's a different ball game. That's a different ball game, and I'm gonna tell you why it's a different ball game, because that's how I started changing my life, man. Dudes out here putting that stuff into songs, and I'm looking the stuff up. They mentioned in books, they mentioned in authors. I'm like, man, who is they talking about? Looking the people up. I'm finding books. Like, that's how I go. That's how I go. Y'all know our attention spans ain't the greatest. Like, we just gonna be honest. Our attention spans ain't the greatest. You know, so you got, in the world we live in today, you got about 7 seconds to grab somebody's attention these days, man. So if I put it in song form and like soon as you hear it, like it's already resonating, man, I got you. And they don't want that. They do not want that. They do not want somebody that's powerful, that has a message behind the music, to click with people. That is their biggest fear. Like they gonna come after the musical artist, man. When the musical artists start changing up the message, that's one of the biggest threats, man, because music resonates not only with just us, but with everybody, man. Everybody gonna rock with the music. So they don't be playing it. They don't play with the music. They'd rather you get up on here and talk and talk and talk and talk. But that music is different. That music is different, man. That music is straight up different. Magic Rims for sure, man. That's why, like I said, some of my favorite artists, man, you barely hear anything about them. Barely hear anything about them. Pseudo Charlatans, peace, what's going on? So they, you know what I'm saying, they be putting in overtime, they be putting in OT when it comes to trying to prevent the black masses from being inspired and motivated out here. So everything that resonates with the black masses, then they try to suppress that. And they know music is one of the things that's going to touch black folks the most. Music, and then like entertainment, like television shows and movies and things of that nature. They know that those things resonate with us the most. They know those things resonate with us the most, man. That's why I say, man, we need to, honestly, man, I be getting tired of, like, for the most part, when it comes to these black movies, man, now things are changing, but man, they be the same little joints, man. We got a rich history. We should have so many more movies out, man, that just reflect our true history. But we know why it ain't gonna come out like that. And then when they do put a movie out that's kind of based on the original people, guess what? Everybody in the doggone movie white. Like, we know good and well the people in this hemisphere at that time were not white. I'll never forget that joint, man. Y'all know when they came out with the Passion of the Christ. Man, listen. I remember clear as day. I think it was my mom's and my sisters watching that. And even back then, I was like, yo, this don't even look right. Like, why are we watching all this Passion of the Christ based off of, like, I just knew it at that time that this wasn't adding up, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of stuff that they do, man. That's the type of stuff they do because they know how powerful the programming is. RBG, man, for sure. The spook who sat by the door. You already know we know about that. But yeah, man, they know how to keep us enslaved. So that's why they do what they do with the music, and that's why religion is so big, man. Listen, religion, again, whether people want to admit this or not, really taps into the emotions, man. And they know, they'll tell you out the gate that black people are the most spiritual people by nature. So one of the best ways to keep us enslaved is to give us the whitewashed version of these religions, man. Like, again, a lot of these religions have foundations in Africa, but they took them, they remixed the joints, and then gave it back to us. So they took our version of it, whitewashed it, then gave it back to us in the white version. And that's the version that we have adopted. And we wonder why we continue to be slaves, because we not living out our true culture, our true reality, man. They took some ways in life, they took our culture from back in the day, boom, whitewashed it, gave it back to us. Gave it back to us. So we don't have the original version of the lifestyle that we was living back in the day. We got the whitewashed version. It's almost like when you got a clean version of a CD in that joint. Got the clean version. That ain't the original version. You will watch movies back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They got the edited version. It be sounding all type of trash. You want to hear the original version when they let you curse in that joint. See, no, they took the original version and they rewrote it. Say, all right, we're going to rewrite it. We're going to add this. We're going to take this out. We're going to leave this out. Then we're going to give it back to them. Then we're going to give it back to them. Like, that's all that they did, man. And that's why, again, that's why religion is a tool. That's why people look at religion as a tool to keep black people enslaved. Essentially, it is that because, again, they have revised it. They have revised it in a way to benefit them. To the point now where you got to dig deep in regards to some of these religions to actually find the truth. That's why you have the Gnostic religions that I always talk about, man. You got to go to the deeper version of the mainstream religion. So they have underground versions of these religions. They have underground versions of these religions that you got to seek out, man. Then that's when you're going to come across the truth. That's when it's going to be, that's when you're going to find out that it's not odd for people to say what we saying about man being God and things of that nature. Like, when you study the Gnostic version of these religions, it's going to tell you that. But the mainstream version, they say, all right, we have to edit that out. We had to take this out, because if we keep this in here, then they're gonna be powerful, because they're gonna read this and somebody gonna preach it. And then y'all know the deal that they made with the preachers back in the day. They was like, look, we're gonna give y'all this church, we're gonna give y'all this temple, but this is what you gotta preach to this is what you gotta preach to your congregation. You gotta keep them passive. So y'all know a lot of these pastors, a lot of these churches, man, they made deals with the white folks, man. So a lot of these pastors, a lot of these churches, they not for the black people, because they cut deals with these white folks. And this goes back in the day. They did this back in the day. How you think they was able to get these buildings, get them churches, man? They cut deals with them. They cut deals with them, man. And this is a fact, man. You can literally look this up. They was cutting deals with the pastors back in the day. They was like, look, we're going to give you this church. We're going to give you this temple, but this is what I need for you to preach to the congregation. You need to keep them passive. This is why people such as myself didn't fool with MLK back in the day. MLK even admitted to this. MLK admitted to this, man. They wanted him to pacify his people. That's the reason why they was giving a lot of these pastors churches and things of that nature, man. This is why they were doing this. This is why they were doing this, man. This is exactly why they were doing this, man. And they still doing this to this day. They still cut deals with these white folks when it comes to these churches to this day. We can't make this up, man. This is still to this day. This is happening. This is happening, man. So that's why I don't really too much rock with these churches, man, just from a historical standpoint and things of that nature, man. That's why I don't rock with them. That's why I don't trust a lot of pastors, man. Y'all done cut deals with them, man. Y'all done cut deals with these folks. Y'all done cut deals with the enemy and the oppressor. Y'all done cut deals with them. Oh, damn, man, the whole Bible got some Jews, man. Just like the Quran got some Jews, just like any other religion you gonna study got some Jews. So we never gonna deny that. Everything got some Jews, but when you looking at the Bible, one thing you got to know and understand, though, that you're not looking at the actual Bible. It has definitely been revised a million times, a million times. So more than likely, the Bible that you're reading is the Bible that they want you to read. So it gets deeper than what we actually reading. So we gotta know and understand that too. We got to know and understand that too. And then on top of the Bible, on top of the Quran and all that, we encourage people to create their own Bible, create your own book of life. And that's basically that's basically your experience. So you got to create your own book of life, your own Bible. That's why journaling is important, man. So you should have your own, like when you leave, man, when your physical body deteriorates, you should literally have your own Bible ready to hand down to the next generation. You should be keeping notes, man, of your life and your experiences. So therefore, when it's time for you to go, you passing this information down. So we should all essentially be having Bibles, but we don't do that. We don't do that, man. You should have all your instructions, man. Everything that you're learning in life, you should have it written down. So therefore, when it's time for you to go, you be like, all right, cool. Here you go. Here you go. You passing it off to the young generation. Here you go. I made all these mistakes. I learned all these things in my 80, 90, 70, 60, 50, however long you live. I learned all these things in that time period. Here you go. Read this joint. So there you go. You can learn something. So you can learn what not to do. So you can learn what to do. So we should all have a Bible. We should all have a Quran. We should all be having that. We should all be passing this stuff down. Like point blank, man, your child, listen, your child should be like, when somebody asks them about the Bible, your child should be like, yeah, I got a Bible and it's full of everything that y'all put in there. The parents, like this, everything we wrote, it's our Bible. So we should all be passing that stuff down to our children, man. Because what are we living for, man? You ain't just what you living for. Like what are you living for, man? Like especially if you have seeds out here, man, you want to set them up. So again, man, pass things down. This should be a tradition. You pass it down to them, they pass it down today. To their youngins, then they youngins pass it down like, come on, man, that's the book of life. That's a true book of life. That's a true Quran. That's a true Bible. That's what it is, man. It's how you live, and it's your experiences, man. It's things you've learned. Like that's really all this stuff is at the end of the day, man. All this stuff is at the end of the day is life lessons. And with the Bible, the Quran, you read Buddhist texts, all of it is just life lessons from a person or a group of individuals. That's it. So what's stopping you from doing that? All they doing is using allegories, telling stories to convey a message. So why are you not doing that? You ain't even got it. Yours ain't even got to be allegorical. It can be based off of real life because we are going through real life. We don't even need to tell a story. It's really happening to me. So that's all that it is. When you read the Bible, man, they get Matthew, Peter, Paul. These are people, you know, come on, man. Like what's stopping you from doing that? What's stopping you from doing that, man? Every year of your life, man, you know what I'm saying, should have a chapter, man. All right, man, it's chapter 30, chapter 31. What's happening? What have I learned? What am I going through? How did I grow from this? Like, come on, man. Like, we should all be having that book of life, man. We should all be having the Bible. We should all be having the Bible, man. That'll keep things from being outdated. That'll keep things from being outdated. We look to we look to ancient books, it's cool, but man, it's 2021, man. It's 2021. We going through different things. We in a different time period. So we need to jot that down. Oh, nice, for sure. For sure. It's all about that strength, man. Getting stronger every day. Getting stronger every day, man. That's what it's always about, man. That's what it's all about. Getting stronger. That's definitely what it's all about. Dominique, for sure, man. Once you start, like, for real, once you start seeking that knowledge, man, yeah, you get called evil, all that type of stuff, man. We already be knowing how that go. We ain't got time for that. You say, have I ever experienced writer's block? Now, I used to back in the day, but once I start coming across information, no longer experience writer's block, man. It's always something to write about because I just got to do it. It's just whatever. There's always something going on in the mind. Just write whatever you're thinking about. Just write whatever I'm thinking about. So I never essentially have writer's block because just like I say, I'm never bored because there's always something to learn. I'm always thinking about something. Always thinking about something, man. So I just write what it is that I'm thinking about. Now, if I'm trying to write like a poem or something or a song or something, then that's different. I'm still gonna take what I'm writing. I'm still gonna take what I'm thinking about. I'm gonna lay it all out there, and then I'm gonna probably reconstruct it to where I can turn it into a poem or a song or something. But for the most part, man, I just spill out what's on my mind. Like, and at that point, I never have writer's block because I always got something that I can think about. Always. Because knowledge is infinite. Your thoughts are infinite as well. So all of that is infinite. So there's never a point in time where I'm about to experience writer's block, man, because I always got something that I can think about. Always. Oh, Steve, for sure. And that's another problem, man. That's why I would never care to get on here and be debating another brother or another sister. I really don't care to be doing that. Really don't care to be doing that at all. Really don't see no purpose in doing that. If I'm going to bring somebody on or if I'm going to go on the platform, it's got to be some collaborative joint where we coming together to try to make things happen. I'm not about to go on a platform where it's like, all right, man, let's debate. You said religion is this, and I'm saying religion is this. I don't have time for that, man. I really don't have time for that type of situation, man. Really don't. Thunder, my brother, what's going on? Mary Magdalene, y'all talking, y'all, yeah, like Lilith and all that type of stuff, man. It be getting deep, man. It be getting deep out here, man. It's just a lot of things that they keep hidden from us, rightfully so. Because you know what I'm saying, we start finding out these things, we become more inquisitive, we start asking more questions. And they don't like people asking questions out here, man. So again, they want to keep us enslaved. Like I said, they instructed these pastors on what to do, on what to preach, on what to teach. They instructed them, man. They were given instructions, man. Y'all know it's a book, man. It's a book about that. I forgot the title of the book, but it's a book that talks about the instructions that these pastors was given, man. If I can find that book, man, but it's a whole book that breaks this down. Whole book out here that breaks it down. Is a whole book that breaks down exactly what it is that I'm talking about, man. I forget the name of the book. When I remember the name of the book, y'all already know I ain't gonna have no problem bringing that book up. But it's a whole book that talks about it. DJ Elmo, what you say? You say, what's the best way to sell an ebook Online, Amazon takes a big cut. I mean, it depends on what you're aiming for. Like, create your own website and you just sell the PDF file on your website. That's the best way to do it without them taking a big chunk of the change. So get on WordPress or something, man. Create you a website and then just create you a PDF file, man, and sell it that way. Thunder for sure, man. Yes, knowledge is definitely humbling because, like I said, right when you thought you knew something, you learn something else. So you figure out what you learned was not necessarily all it was to it. You know, so man, that's why I say, man, I'm always learning, man. The more I learn, the more I realize I don't know. And that's what's crazy about it, man. So right when you think you know something, nah, it's more to it. And that's why I try to tell people, man, you might want to look a little bit deeper than what you look at, man, because it's always deeper than what you think you know. So the moment that you think you actually know something and it's solidified, like that's the moment that you die. That's the moment that you stop growing. Like, nah, man, it ain't never solidified. Continue to learn about that subject matter, man. It's always more to learn. It's always more to know. There's always more to know. Andrew, peace, what's going on? Yeah, nice, man. When you drop some joints, let us know so we can support that. But yeah, man, it's always more to learn out here, man. It's a lot of information out here, man. It's a lot of stuff. Not only is it a lot of information out here in the form of books and documentaries, articles, and all that, but it's a lot of information that you possess that's within you that all you got to do is tap into. So it's just information everywhere, man. So information everywhere. You can literally activate inspiration. Literally, man, you can just activate an inspiration, man. You need to be inspired to write something, man. You can just literally activate it. Like that's literally all you need to do, man. Just sit and activate it. And a lot of times that's what I would do, man. I would come up like I was in a zone, man. I was in a zone for a minute just when it came to like writing and releasing music, was in the zone because I had figured out the formula. Like I'd never really dealt with the writer's block. I didn't even speak that on my name. Like I never spoke about writer's block. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, man, I can't think of nothing. Like the moment you start speaking it becomes a reality. So I never went into a situation when I was writing and thought that. I never thought about having writer's block. I never thought about not having anything to write about. I was just like, you know what? I got a lot of information. And I probably, like a lot of times when I would write, I would surround myself by reading material. So it's like if I needed some inspiration, I'd just go check my highlights or something. And I was like, all right, once I see the highlight, I got some inspiration. I just figure out a way to put it in rhyming form. So whatever the topic of the song was, like if the topic was politics, I'll surround myself by some political books, man, that I was reading at the time. And I check the highlights. I'll say, all right, boom, here we go. And I just go like that. So I kept myself surrounded with the inspiration. And that made it a lot easier for me, man. That was real easy. Never a dull moment, man, when you reading and highlighting. So like if the topic was peace, I keep some books around me that reflect peace, and I check them highlights. I'll say, all right, cool. I can start there. So that, you know, that writer's block was never really a problem to me. It still never really is. I just write what's on my mind now, and it's always something that's on the mind, man. So I just write so my mind, write how I'm feeling, write something I just learned, whatever the case may be, man. It's always something for me to write about out here. So I'm good. I'm good on that regards, man. So it's always then if I feel like I'm hitting the wall, I'm gonna pick up a book, learn me something. I'm gonna just go ahead and learn. I'm pick up a book and give me some information. I'm gonna do it that way. So that's how I'm gonna operate. Akuma, man, I gotta check you out, super. Yeah, that's how I function, man. That's how we do it, man. Value that knowledge, and then again, like I said, I always try to get the knowledge out, man. I may write a book, put out a freestyle, whatever it is that I learn. I try to make sure I get it out to the people to the best of my abilities, man. The people that's willing to listen to what it is that I have to offer, what it is that I learn. Again, notice I'm saying the people that's willing to listen. Are the people that's not willing to listen. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to people that are willing to listen. People miss that. Man, Dominique, like I say, man, people been trying to get me out of the retirement for a little minute. In due time, man, What they say, and what it say in the Bible, come like a thief in the night. Come like a thief in the night. That's how I'm gonna come with the music, man. Hey, what it say? God works in mysterious ways. Y'all know how we view the black man, so I work in mysterious ways out here, man. I'm the reflection of the God, man. So I work in mysterious ways. I come like a thief in the night. So you're not gonna know the time nor the hour that I'm gonna come with a particular project. It's just gonna come out on you. Say you use a freestyle queen out here. Go ahead, get back on the mic. Get back in the freestyle. Get back in the freestyle world, man. You probably got some new bars to offer now. But man, we gotta put that information out there, man. We gotta put what it is that we learning out here, man. We gotta challenge people to be better, man. We gotta challenge people to be better. We gotta challenge ourselves to be better, man. A lot of times, man, people are afraid to push themselves. Thunder for sure. That Cypher be crazy. Gotta make sure we got somebody on the camera. Cypher be crazy, man. I got some things I get off my chest. But we gotta push ourselves, man. We gotta push people to be better, man. Gotta push ourselves to be better, man. Just gotta not be afraid to push yourself. I have a lot of people, man. That's part of the reason why my job exists as a trainer, man. People be like, man, I could do this at home. I could do this on my own, but I won't push myself. I know I won't work out as hard by myself. And what's crazy is that's the case for a lot of people. A lot of people need somebody such as myself to push them. And it's like, man, that's a real thing, man. Like if you work out by yourself, you chilling. You lackadaisical in there. And I tell people a lot of times that's why you're not probably seeing the results that you want to see, because you're not going as hard. You don't really know how hard you're going until you work out with somebody, or you have somebody like construct your workouts and train you and push you through the workout. Other than that, you really don't know how hard you're going. You may think you're going hard, but you're not really pushing yourself. It takes for somebody else to come into the picture, man, for you to realize like, dang, I really ain't going hard. I really don't be pushing myself. But it's a lot of people, man, they know for a fact that they just not that person. It's literally people that tell me that's the reason why they come to me. That's the reason why they pay me, because I like, man, I got all this stuff at home. I got all this equipment at home, but I know I'm not going to push myself how I would while I'm working out with you. I just know it. So it's people essentially letting me know that, man, I could do this at home, but I just won't do it. So, man, like with that being said, that's a lot of people. So we got to understand like that we got to push these people, man. Like if somebody knows that about themselves, man, you got to push them. You got to push them. Like that's my responsibility, man. You coming to me, you paying me for me to push you. So that's why I tell people a lot of times, that's why my workouts are challenging, because you coming to me for that. You can do the easy stuff at home. You can do the easy stuff by yourself. For the most part, that's what we going to do. We going to do the easy stuff at home. When you work out at home and when you work out by yourself, you will do everything that you like to do. So when you come to me, I'm going to give you the stuff that you don't like to do. I'm going to give you the stuff that you're not too fond of. That's what I'm here for. Because again, like I said, if I just send you off to the gym and tell you work out, you're going to do everything that you're comfortable doing. You're not going to step outside of your comfort zone. So when you come to me, I'm going to have you step out of that comfort zone. I'm going to give you everything that makes you uncomfortable, because that's how you grow. That's how you grow. Justin, for sure, man. That I'm telling you, everybody need to be doing that. We all should have our own book of life. Everybody should have a book of life. When I ask you, do you have a Bible? You shouldn't be pulling me out an actual Bible. You should be pulling me out a journal or something, man. Some stuff that you've been writing. That's what I mean. You got you a Bible? Yeah, here you go. Oh yeah, man. The mental aspect of it is real. Like, is real in the field. The mental aspect of it, man. Like I said, I've been doing some real challenging workouts here as of late. And it's big time mental, man. It's big time mental. Big time mental, man. Like you could just you would be surprised at how far you can push your body, man. Just by believing. Just by believing. Like, man, you know what? I said I was gonna aim for 10 rounds in 20 minutes. Next thing you know, man, you done killed the 10 rounds. You still got time left on the clock, man. You just be surprised at what the body can do. I'll tell you for sure. See, that's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it. See, a lot of people, when they feel the burn, that's when they stop. Man, when you feel the burn, you just getting warmed up. That's what I be telling people. You just getting warmed up when you feel that burn. Just getting warmed up, man. Those are the best reps, man. When you feeling that burn and you keep going, best ones, man. The best ones. That's when you really gonna start seeing them gains and seeing them results. When you push yourself past that point, man, when you burn it, you keep going. You keep going, man. What Muhammad Ali say, man? When I start getting tired, that's when I start counting. Something along those lines. Yeah, Thunder for sure, man. Gotta embrace the pain, man. Gotta step out that comfort zone and embrace just being uncomfortable. Like, all right, man, I'm kind of uncomfortable doing this, but it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna come out this much stronger. So, like, those are the things that we definitely gotta embrace, man. We gotta learn how to embrace the struggle, as they say, man. We gotta stop looking at struggle as something that's bad. I didn't see just, and y'all know, man, I could get diverse on that, talk about everything. But when it comes to struggle, I didn't watch people talk about that on a relationship end. Well, I'm not gonna be with a man that's struggling. See, that's what I'm saying. See, we got the way we be viewing what struggling is and what struggling means, man, is just negative, man. It's just negative. Like struggling, a man that's struggling doesn't necessarily mean a man is about to be unsuccessful, man. When you see a man that's struggling, when I see a man that's struggling, when I see somebody that's struggling, I see a man that he putting in work, he grinding, and he know what it is that he grinding for. He just not there yet, but he gonna get there though. He gonna get there though. So why would you not want to be with somebody like that? Why would you not want to be with a man that they not where they want to be yet, but they still pushing and they not phased and they ain't giving up? Like, yeah, man, they got this vision and they putting it into motion. And right now it's at the bottom. Like, ain't nobody even believing in the vision. So yeah, financially, physically, he may be struggling, but he's still pushing. He's still pushing because at the end of the day, he know what this is gonna give birth to. Why would you not want to rock with somebody like that? Nah, I don't want to be with no man that's struggling. I don't want to be with no this, that, and third that's struggling. All right, man. Y'all don't know what it means. Y'all don't know the beauty that comes along with struggling. All right, that man that's struggling, when you see him 3-5 years from now and all his hard work that struggled and paid off for him, now you want him. Too late, man. Too late. Too late. It's a difference between a man that's out here struggling and then a man that's just out here bum. There's a big difference, man. It's a big difference. When you a black man in America, you're going to go through the phase or the stage of struggling because nothing is really going to get handed to us, man. The black man going to have to put in work, especially when he's not willing to sell out, when he's not willing to sell himself out or sell his people out. He going to have to struggle for a particular point in time to manifest what he's striving to manifest, man. That's just the way that the world is set up. Oh, I'll tell you, yeah, you just getting warmed up. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Hey, Thunder be coming with the straight quotes, the straight quotables. But yeah, man, we always got to view things in the wrong light, man. Like I said, the struggle is beautiful. The struggle is beautiful, man. When you see the reward from that struggle is beautiful. Nice for sure, man. I'm telling you, it ain't nothing more powerful than a person, man, that just got this vision, man. And they may not be in the best position, man, but they still fight, man. That's, man, telling you, that's the person that you want on your team, man. To where you saw them, man, when they started something from scratch, nobody believed in them, nobody supported them, but they kept pushing. They kept pushing. They did not give up on that vision, and it ended up working out for them, man. Those are the type of people that you want to be around. Like, man, ain't nobody supporting you right now, bro, but you continuing to push. Like, you continuing to push, man. That's interesting, man. I'm a rock with this person. They putting in all this work, and it don't seem like anybody rocking with them right now, but they still grinding because they got this vision, and they not letting go of that vision. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like Dominique had for sure, man. It's your vision. They don't understand that. They don't understand that. But again, hey, it ain't our job to make them understand the decisions that we make. Like I said, it's called my vision for a reason, man. It's called your vision for a reason. It's your vision. It's your reality. So hey, if they not understanding it, that's on them. That's on them. So it's nothing wrong with the struggle, man. I applaud all the people that's out here struggling. Embrace the struggle, man, because at the end of the day, it's going to work out for you. Long as you embrace it. Long as you embrace it, man, it's gonna work out for you. And that's real. That's real. So keep struggling, man. Keep fighting. Just don't give up, though. Just don't give up. So yeah, man, don't give up, man. Don't give up on the dream. Don't give up on the aspiration. Don't give up on the goal. Don't give up on the mission. Don't give up on the purpose, man. Don't give up on any of that, man. All of that is important. You got to continue to fight. If you're the only one that believes in that vision, man, then that's enough. Like, long as you believe in it, that's all that matters. I don't care if nobody else believes in your vision. Long as you believe in the vision, that's it. That's all we need. That's all that's required. Your belief in the vision. That's it. You do not need anybody else's validation for the vision. Long as you believe in it. You don't need anybody else's belief in the vision. Long as you believe in it. Long as you know of the ability and power of self, you good. I'll tell you for sure, except in a sin. Dominique, you already know. You already know, man. Everybody, all of these people got that type of story, man, you know. So that's why I tell people all the time, man. There's people that was in way worse positions and conditions than you were that made it out. And they are A-okay. So what you crying about, man? You got it. CC for sure, man. For sure. It's definitely necessary, man. It's a prerequisite, man, for that success. Gotta have that struggle. Gotta have that struggle. And why would you not want to be with somebody, you know what I'm saying, when y'all both embracing it together, man? Y'all gonna come out, man. Y'all gonna come out okay. Y'all gonna come out okay, man. Like I said, as long as you see that the person believes in their vision and they putting in the work and they grind and they embracing the struggle and they not letting the struggle break them, then that person gonna be okay. That person gonna turn out okay. You ain't gotta fix that person. You ain't gotta look at a person that's struggling and be like, oh, they broken. No, man. They just grinding. They got this vision. And again, they building it from the ground up, man. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. Like they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time. It takes time to manifest these things, man. It takes time to build these things. So they in the beginning phases of the process, the beginning stages of the process, man. So you gotta look at that, man. Gotta accept that. Hey, Dominique, for sure, man. You doing exactly what it is that you need to do. You doing exactly what it is that you need to be doing, man. That's how I look at it. That's how I always look at it. You doing exactly what it is that you need to be doing. Point blank, period. I really don't be too concerned with what everybody else is thinking, man. They say that's liberation, man. When you ain't worried about what somebody else is thinking, that's liberation. That's how I look at it, man. That's true liberation right there. I ain't worried about what somebody else think about what I'm doing. But y'all, with that being said, man, y'all know what time it is. I gotta make my moves. Gotta head up to this gym. Gotta put some people through some sessions, man. So I appreciate all of y'all tapping in, man. Listen to the boy Vent. I appreciate all the input, your little add-ons and whatnot, the donations and all that good stuff, man. I'm gonna definitely tap back in with y'all tomorrow, man. So y'all enjoy the rest of this Thursday, and I'm gonna tap in with y'all tomorrow, and we gonna build again. So y'all be easy, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Thursday evening. I'm out, y'all. Peace.